right now we have 3 devs coming on to join us. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me just get them all set up. Let them know they can come into the chat. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello.
Jazz, can you turn up your mic a little bit? You're a little bit soft.
Is this better?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let me just transition to game, make sure it's all working.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Back to the menu. Right. And here we are. So welcome everyone. This is Blink Episode 1 Breaking the Ice. I have on with me 3 developers who worked on the game. Would you all like to introduce yourself and just say your pronouns?
Hi, I'm Jazz. I go by he and she.
Hello there, I'm Crystal Ball. I go by they, them, and also he, him.
Hi, I'm Ray, and I use they, them pronouns.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for stopping by, talk about your game, talk about Blink. Let's get right into it. Get started here. Right. Oh, so already I like the fact that you can male, female, non-binary options. That's really nice. We've seen that on a few games today with character customization for certain main characters. Always great to see. We're gonna go with non-binary. I'm non-binary. All right, so let's get right into it. So, I'd love to hear you all talk about kind of how you came up with the idea for this game and what's the basic premise for Blink Episode 1.
Well, basically, I got rejected on applying for an art position on another game, and I decided, screw it, I'm making my own team, and the only idea I had was, let's do superheroes. Let's do a classic villain of the week, and that was all I had for an idea going into it, and then I just recruited people who would join me, and we worked together to build up a story.
That's awesome. Great. So what is then in terms of the story, you mentioned it was superhero, villain of the week type stuff. Like, so what is the basic kind of like log line, like plot synopsis for Blink for those that want to play?
So Blink is a sidekick, and their superhero mentor has gone missing. And now they're trying to figure out how to be a hero on their own.
Ah, very intriguing. Very intriguing. It's like what if Batman disappeared and Robin had to figure out how to be a superhero, but I'm not.
Yep.
Cool. I like the little marquee in the background. Also, hello, Marionette. You worked on this game as well? Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We are joined by Jazz, Crystal, and Ray, who worked on this game as well. And we are playing through 12 hours of entries for NaNoReNo 2022. Raise money for the Campaign for Southern Equality, an organization based in the U.S. South in North Carolina that helps LGBTQIA folks, IA plus folks, with legal and mutual aid. So if you want to donate any money to help out a really great cause, any amount helps. The link is in the. But yeah, so this UI, I like the kind of like torn paper UI. Who was the UI artist for the game?
That was Marionette.
Marionette.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
fantastic.
right there in the chat right now.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Marionette, you did a great job with the UI. I like the comic book kind of like pen or pencil style of it. And yeah, who? So in terms of who worked on the backgrounds and the character sprites, yeah. What? How was that process coming up with original superhero characters?
Collaborative effort. Um, someone. I actually forget how exactly it went, but a lot of the decisions we made were made collaboratively, and we just bounced ideas off of each other. As far as who did what, I pulled triple duty on this one. I am the programmer, team lead, and background artist.
Oh wow.
Crystal Ball and Ray are the writers. Marionette did UI, as I mentioned before, and then we've also got a composer and a character artist, who I don't think are here right now.
Yeah. Who was the character artist that worked on these designs? Because they really evoke classic superheroes while still kind of feeling like their own thing.
She
That would
goes
be
by...
a lovely Inky.
Oh, that's that ink. Or Smaster. That is certainly a superhero name.
Yup.
I like how the M is like squared.
Yeah, that was, I think that was actually Inky's kind of thing. It was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like, sort of like force in terms of like physics.
That's awesome. Because most people, when they think of the word force, they think of like Star Wars, the Force, or they think of like force as in like, you know, gravitational force or something like that. So that makes sense. Superheroes so probably aren't going to think of. Yeah. So what was the writing process like for coming up with the story? Like how many words? How many? Yeah, how many routes or branching paths did you end up coming up with, if any at all?
So it's linear in terms of like the idea that in the end there's only one ending, but there are different paths that you can take in the couple of different like fight scenes and a couple of like the decisions of like how to get to a certain place. Originally this was kind of like a bonus scope that we had, was to kind of try to create more like instance-based text. As you'll see, obviously it's been kind of mentioned that Blink's superpower, it comes through the form of blinks, or basically mini teleportations, but they have physical effects on them, where if you did too many of them, we were going to add extra stuff to kind of like show that. But in the end, we decided to kind of work on polishing the script instead of kind of adding those instead.
Sure. Sure, that makes sense.
The story is linear, but there are incentives towards exploring the alternate routes.
That's cool.
Like you will get some certain character interactions and information that you wouldn't get if you if you only pick one way or the other.
That's awesome. So it rewards player interaction with ways to kind of learn.
Mm-hmm.
So were there any particular like influences in terms of coming up with the characters and the story? Not just superheroes, but other inspirations for you all?
Oh yes, I was really intrigued with Jazz's idea because I was actually kind of into making my own superhero story. So I was already in the mindset of like examining various sorts of stories like Spider-Man, Superman. That's just me personally.
Yeah, and for me, like most of my inspiration, especially for Blink, and like kind of like their struggles and their like kind of thought process, comes from the fact that they are a college student and I am currently in college. So I kind of either accidentally or on purpose, maybe I'll just say it's on purpose to make myself look cool, like reflect like some of my own like my own struggles during my first bit of college with like some of their struggles, kind of splitting their life between being a superhero and being, you know, a college student that has to go and take their classes and do the stuff that they think that they need to do in order to get like a stable job.
Totally. And now we're at our first like real choice of the game, other than the beginning one for the character customization. But you've dodge, attack, and blink. Now, I gotta choose blink, right? I mean, that's the superpower, right? We gotta go with blink. So let's see what happens.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow. Okay. That's pretty much exactly what I expected. That's cool. Oh, Blink's a little snarky, huh? Little Peter Parker. Why don't you shut up and let me hit you already? Got a little bit of a Jersey accent.
I knew it. I was telling our music composer, pardon for accidentally stereotyping New Yorkers, because
I'm from New York. I'm based in New York, so it's all good. It's charming to see how people interpret New York outside of New York. Yeah, I like the moonlit background. It adds a little bit of atmosphere.
Why, thank you. That's actually a processed photo from out of my very own window.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I saw the moon looking really pretty in the sky, and I snapped a picture of it, and it looked terrible. So I had to process it to hell and back to get it to look okay again.
There's Blink doing his blink, or doing their blink. Blink feels very like a combination of Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, and what was I gonna say? A little bit of Daredevil, all in the college suit. I don't know what the influences. I don't know what the influences were for Blink, but no.
Throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's interesting that you chose the blink option, because that is the instant win decision.
Okay, interesting. So if you don't choose those options, there's a potential lose option. Like you get beat up by them.
It's more of a long, strung-out combat encounter as opposed to just bonk, you're dead.
Or bonk, you're unconscious.
Well, yeah.
Superheroes don't kill, remember? We're not Zack Snyder's Batman.
Yeah, we actually made sure that we were avoiding too much grit, because it loses the charm of the superhero genre.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to work with other people who kind of agreed with that.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell by how colorful and by the costume, are that this definitely isn't like taking its.
It does have its moments. It's just not humorless.
Yeah, exactly. That's important. Not like grim and dark, all the time. That's important. It's good to have moments of. Honestly, that's why the Marvel Cinematic. They're basically all variations of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Kill to some because they're dramedies or they're thrillers but with comedy or space comedy. Yeah, I think I can definitely get that vibe of like Golden Age era super.
I'm sure Inky will be very happy to hear that.
Yeah. So this is episode 1, according to the subtitle. Are you planning on doing further installments?
We are. We weren't sure about that through most of development, but we continued to call it episode 1 anyway, because the idea going in was that we were going to make an episode of a cartoon, and this was introducing the world, so it had to be episode 1. And at the end of the month, I asked the team, and it was unanimous. We want to make the second episode, so expect that in roughly 3 months.
Oh wow, that's a pretty good turnaround for a non-game jam. The end.
Yeah, we're planning on keeping it at a similar scale to episode 1. We're taking April off, and then the next 2 months we're gonna be working on it, and assuming everything goes to plan, we'll be releasing it towards the end of that 3rd month there.
Cool.
Mhm.
Well, of course I have to choose teleport to them because I want to see the effect. Sorry if that's the instant easy option. It's a great sound effect for.
This
The
is
sound
our
effects
beloved.
were actually... Oh, you go first.
Oh no, I was just saying this is our beloved informant character. We had a lot of fun with him. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
The sound effects were actually just free sound effects from pixabay.com.
Cool. Yeah, use whatever resources you can get, right?
Yeah.
Sicker.
It's just been one of those nights. They gotta chillax with a nice cig.
Yeah. We don't condone smoking, though, folks. Don't smoke.
It's a candy cigarette. It's fine.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, I just don't mind the mentions of the stink or the don't pay it too much attention.
Definitely candy.
Yeah, definitely just a nice. It's a fake cigarette. It's a toothpick.
Exactly.
But just a smoking toothpick.
Yeah.
This whole day's been full of kicks to the groin as is. I feel you there, buddy.
That is actually how I think about some of the rough days in real life. So
Yeah, Marionette Code. Don't smoke toothpicks at home, kids. Yeah, probably a good idea. Don't smoke cigarettes and don't smoke tooth.
this person has a particularly colorful vocabulary.
Yeah,
It's
probably from the
definitely
village.
PG.
What? I'm sorry.
It's definitely PG, but it is still colorful of a sort.
Sure. Forman's probably from the village, or somewhere in Williamsburg.
If I knew more about New York, I would comment.
Like that type of person.
But lo, I am a Canadian who does not know anything about New York.
Hey, that would have been cool though to see like a Canadian superhero game. Maybe that's episode 2.
Well,
There we
Amber
go, there we
City
go.
is ambiguously placed. We have not decided on a
Ambiguously.
technical location for Amber City.
That's fair. I thought he kind of meant to be like a stand-in from New York or slash New Jersey based on the Thug's accent, but that's fair. Could be any.
And
Thugs
in one
are.
of the choices,
Oh,
in
go ahead.
yeah, and I don't know if we'll get to this scene because we're running out of time, but during like the second major fight, if you pick one of the choices, Blink does actually say sorry to the villain, so maybe they are Canadian based off Canadian stereotypes.
Oh.
Who can say except the writers? Um,
Oh wait, as the team lead, I can make this canon right now. It's canon.
Blink is Canadian, folks. You heard it here first.
Canada's finest superhero.
Canada have any other super?
Well, probably.
Probably.
We haven't developed the Blink extended universe yet, though.
True.
Got some ideas rattling around, though.
Image Comics, watch out. Todd McFarlane, you better be shaking in your boots right now. So, Horsemaster. Is this a character
Yes.
that we're gonna learn more about as the game goes on?
Yes,
Okay.
sort of. As the series goes on, yes, but you don't know too much about him in episode 1. Just little snippets here and there.
Okay. I like how the game is set in March. Probably when you were making it.
Yeah, that was exactly my thought process was, hey, I'm developing this in March. Let's make the calendar say March.
Yeah, exactly, right? Why not?
Blink, they've been having a hard time.
Yeah, I can
They're
tell. I think Blink's been suffering some PTSD, honestly. Um, having to deal with the fact that his mentor may have sacrificed life. Save him.
those moments stick with you.
Just as a reminder, folks, what is the title of the game again for folks who may have just joined us or may not know what the title is?
Blink episode 1, Breaking the Ice, and the link to the game page is in chat now.
Nice. That's awesome.
Been sitting on that one.
That's great. Aram122 says, break that ice. Hell yeah.
Yes, exactly.
After all, I'm not Blink during the day. Oh, we can choose what our alter ego's called. That's cool. I'm
This is
Rob.
something I didn't think about this while I was writing it, but it's something cool that Jazz added in.
A whim, really.
And once again, folks, for anyone that's just joining us or chilling in the chat with the background. We are raising money for the campaign for Southern Equality, organization that helps LGBTQIA plus folks with legal and mutual aid. They're a great organization. We've already hit our goal of $200 by the end of the stream, and we're trying to raise as much money as we can before the 12 hours are up. If you can donate, please do so. Reach out. Send the link to friends who may want to donate for a really good cause. And even if you can't donate, send the link. And, chill in the chat. Enjoy the stream. We have 20 viewers right now, so that's awesome. Thank you for everyone that's hung around all day. Thank you for people who've just gotten here. Thank you for people who've only been here for a little bit. I really appreciate it. And hello, Oishi. Hello, Florisum, you're back. And, you all for... And thank you, Jazz, Crystal, and Ray for joining me.
You're most welcome.
Thank you for
By the
having
way,
us.
congrats on making it 3/4 of the way through the stream.
Thank you.
How you holding up?
We're 9 hours in. I'm feeling a bit sore, but I am feeling good. We have 3 hours left. 6 more, roughly 5. Yeah, 5 more games to go. Yeah, we're doing good.
Very nice.
I think having people on to talk about their games really helps keep me.
I just want to say thank you very much. As a Southern person who is also LGBT, thank you very much for this donation, for this event.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I also did donate money to the campaign as well, to Southern Equality. But yes, absolutely, you're very welcome. Yeah, and anyone, like I said, the donate link is in the chat for anyone that would like to donate. We've hit our goal of 200, but we're obviously, could raise a lot more. So if anyone wants to donate, please feel free. You can donate through the link in the chat. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for us for Blink episode 1. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Ray, so much for coming on and talking about this game. Definitely going to be playing more of it. A lot of people
Awesome.
sure would love to talk, love to play more right here. So if there's anybody or anything you want to shout out, please feel free as we kind of wrap up.
Yes, I'm going to shout out Never Dusk and the soundtrack to Blink on SoundCloud.
Nice. That's awesome.
So go give that a listen through and give them your support.
Fantastic.
Because we asked for 3 tracks and they gave us 7 unique and
Wow.
3 variations.
Wow. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. I was impressed.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
then,
thank you for having us.
yeah, thank you. So go show Never Dust some love and take a look at the soundtrack. And yeah. Thank you so much for being able to come on and talk about the game. And have a good rest of your night.